Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've got qualifying for the 4 hours of Laguna Seca coming up in about 3 minutes' time. It's nice and bright and sunny today. At Laguna Seca is going to be 9 a.m. for the start of qualifying. Should be about 25 to 27 cars, hopefully. We'll see how many end up joining tonight. Lots of BMWs on the grid after the update as predicted. Out of the 27 cars registered, 10 BMWs, 7 Porsches, 3 Lamborghinis, 2 Nissans, an Aston, and a couple of others here and there. Alexis, I believe, you have in the grid as well. Here we're just at the start-finish bridge, looking across the start-finish line at all the cars going by. Hello from 77. Welcome. Be sure to join in on that car watch as soon as qualifying gets underway. At the moment, weather says not a chance of clouds in the sky. Nice optimum track, very rubbered in for these drivers to go fast on Go Fast Day. If you're just a viewer, it doesn't matter. We'll still tune into the 77. If that's who you want to see, that's who you want to see. We're here to show you guys who you guys want to watch. The qualifying session will be about an hour long. I say about because people can cross the line and then it goes over that limit. They'll give them time to set their lap if they cross the line before the timer hits 0. As we sit here on this bridge here, we can really hear the different noises from the engines, different layouts of engine from all the cars. BMW is rather silent with their 6 cylinders and turbos, as opposed to the Lambos with their screaming V10s when you hear them go by. A couple seconds left in this session before the lights go green for qualifying. Just waiting on some cars to cross the line. On the left-hand side, we see the whole field, along with the pole sitter's lap time and the delta to that time for each car. Each car does have 2 to 3 drivers, so you may see the names change next to the car number. The number should stay the same, just the name will change. Still warming up, about 16 degrees Celsius in the air. Track is at the same temperature. We have no wind. Very beautiful day for these drivers to go out and qualify. And there we have the last driver across the line.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And there's the green light for qualifying. So let's get to it. Already we see a whole flurry of cars exiting the pits. Tune in with Martin Oliveira, the number 16 BMW. Going very gingerly out of the very, very tight pit lane. Just trying to get as much heat into those brakes and tires as he can before he starts an out lap, or before he starts a flying lap, that is. Heading up to the corkscrew. Huge elevation drop from the right then left, sorry, then left then right hand combination. Going through turn 10. Got a car fairly close in front of him. He's going to back off a little bit and gain some speed as he approaches the line. It's right on board. Going up the hill, around turn 1. Now back down the hill into the braking zone of the Andretti hairpin at turn 2. Trying to get on the power as soon as possible, accelerating up to turn 3. Tapping the brakes, turning it hard in, carrying the momentum as much as he can. And into another quick right-hander at turn 4. Back on the power, sweeping to the right. Now onto the brakes for left-hander at turn 5. Want to avoid that big sausage on the inside there. But don't want to run too wide either, as that sand really slows you down. Very quick left-hander at turn 6. And up the hill to the corkscrew. This little kink to the right is turn 7 before hitting turn 8 and 8A. That is the corkscrew. We've got 8 down the hill, keeping to the right, trying to open up this left-hander as much as possible from turn 9. Oh, he unfortunately hit that sausage and goes into the gravel. So here we see the 723 Porsche coming out of pit lane. And the first time on the board set by Hatcher in the 953 BMW 122.8. Good benchmark for everyone to try and beat. The number 77 Lambo just behind in third, 1.2 seconds. Laius in the number 3 Porsche, 0.6 off of the pole lap. Here we have Rafael Malo, the number 83 BMW. Going up the hill to the corkscrew. As the 13 Porsche sets the fastest time, a 1:22.4, set by Hardenberg. As Rafael comes up to the final corner. Very tight back on the power, approaching the line. Let's see what time he can manage. Good for 5th place, 1.1 seconds off of pole. Still plenty of time left to improve. Here we have the 444 BMW, driven by Sven Viveg. I believe this car set the fastest lap in the practice session. See what he can do in qualifying as he rounds the final corner, going up to the line. Good for 5th place, 1.1 seconds off of the pole lap. Take a look here at the 69 Pit Speed racing car. Porsche entry driven by Mimozar. Currently 3 seconds off of pole. We'll see if he can improve with this time. Does improve his time, but still 2.5 seconds off of pole. Just needs to find that little bit of extra. Tom Thatcher up to the line for all-in racing. Improves his lap time, but can't quite improve his position. Now 0.18 seconds off of pole. Down the 213 BMW. Michael Sonia. Currently in 10th place, 1.7 seconds off of pole. Coming up to the final corner, using the BMW test livery for this event. Coming up to the line, goes 5th fastest, 8/10 off of pole. Here we have the number 25 BMW, currently in 17th, 4.4 seconds off of pole, improving on their lap. 2 corners to go, now 1. Oh, and he just pulls out of that, didn't quite make the turn. The 23 Lamborghini moves up into 13th, 1.6 seconds off of pole. A metallic purple Lamborghini. We have Enzo Benvenuti and the 49 BMW. Rounding the final corner, blasting up to the start-finish line. Good for 5th overall at 1:23.0. Lots of BMWs in the top 10. Can you tell why people chose it? Now we have the 77 just crossing the line, good for 8th fastest, driven by Ben Suzuki. About a second off of pole. Just gets dropped into 9th with Faria taking his place in 8th. Here we have the Vortex of Danger, number 10 Porsche. Currently in 12th overall by Jan Tenner. Through turn 10. Kept it pretty tidy. See if he can keep that momentum through the final corner. About a 10th up on his previous best. We'll see if he can keep that as he approaches the line. That's good enough to move him up to 10th. And it is very close between 7th and 13th. It's about 3/10 separating all those drivers. The 74 Nissan. Current fastest a 1:28.6. It's improving a lot on this lap though, may have been dealing with traffic on that lap. 2 corners to go. Doesn't quite cut in as to the inside as some other cars do, but nonetheless a very tidy lap. Very much improving. Let's see where this will slot the Nissan. Up into 21st. 3.4 seconds now off of the pace. But with that big of an improvement on that last lap, there's definitely a chance they can still slot into that top 10. Now we have the other Nissan entry, the 104. Up to the last corner, 9/10 up on his previous best. Let's see where this will slot the Nissan. Goes in to the top 10, 6th fastest. 6/10 off of pole. Lamborghini improving again. Drop down to 16th. This lap should bump him up though. Goes 7th fastest, 7/10 off of pole. And a lot of drivers are beginning to improve. Here we have Vivek in the 444 BMW. 6/10 up on his previous best. This should slot him into the top 10 if he can keep the rest of the lap tidy. Goes 6th fastest, just under 6/10 off of pole. Behind him, DeMarco improving, goes 7th fastest, 1.1 seconds off of the pace. And we have a new fastest lap of 1:21.7, set by the 13 Porsche. There's Vimazar improving to 18th, the 69 Porsche. Running a little bit wide there, kicking up a little bit of sand. Oh, as we see the basic fit Lexus spinning a little bit, hopefully we can keep it to the side there. Avoid any trouble with people hot lapping. Unfortunately for Vimazar, that is his lap over as he runs wide. Let's tune in with Chakraborty in the 99 Aston. Currently 17th, 2 seconds off of the pace. Sets his best lap. So needs to find a little bit of time if he wants to improve in the top 10. The 15 Lamborghini up to the line in 15th at the moment. Where does this put him? Into the top 10. Good lap from Gleitzman. Only 15 minutes of the qualifying session has gone so far. 45 and a bit minutes left for drivers to improve on their times. Just tweak their setups a little bit if they need to. It's right on board the right for the rest of the lap. Got 24 cars in the session. Hopefully a few more show up and are able to set their times for the race tomorrow. A little bit deep into the corkscrew, but all okay. Losing just a couple tenths in that corner. So not necessarily going to improve on this time, but just consistency. Able to put in these fast laps after fast laps. Just behind him is Malho in the 83 BMW. 8/10 up on his previous best. We'll see where this puts him. Goes second fastest overall. Just, I say just, but it's 5/10 off of pole position. About half a second still. And on a short lap, that just shows how impressive that lap is from the Porsche. As Ruthson in the 23 Lambo goes 8th fastest. Handful of drivers in the pits. Dipping a few wheels into the sand. Tuned into Vimazar, 4/10 up on his previous best, just has to manage the last corner. This should put him up close to the top 15, if not in there. Let's see where this will slot Pit Speed Racing. Not quite top 15, 2/10 off of 15th at the moment. Slots that Porsche into 17th overall. On board with the Porsche. Turn 4. A little bit of oversteer, able to hold it, but that'll definitely cost him on his lap time. And he just runs a little bit wide there. That is, unfortunately, that lap over. So we have the 99 Aston approaching the line again. 2/10 up. Thanks to all the new followers. Appreciate you guys joining. Improves on his lap, but stays in 17th overall for now. Tune in Wilsanya again in the 213. On a good pace, half a second up on his previous best. May have lost a 10th there in the last corner, but nonetheless up to the line. Into the top 10, 7th overall. Less than a second off of pole. Malo at the top improved his time a little bit. Just about 3.5 tenths off of pole. Thatcher behind him, then Benvenuti in 4th. Leia's in 5th. The 104 Nissan in 4th. Then we've got 3 BMWs, the 34, the 213, and the 16, and the last driver in the top 10 is Ruthson in the 23 Lamborghini. DeMarco in the 239 BMW, which has 1 corner left. Was improving, maybe that traffic just got in his way just a tad bit. Still though, coming up to the line, just a little bit slower than his previous best. A couple hundredths off. No problems there. He's got plenty of time to go out and improve some more. Got lots of drivers going out for their out laps. Continuing with DeMarco up the hill to the corkscrew. And Benvenuti goes into the top 3. Half a second off of pole. Not able to improve on this lap is DeMarco. We'll go out again. Should have enough fuel for another run. As we tune in with Viveg. Going through the corkscrew, currently in 11th overall. Just improving on his time a little bit. Got a lot of supporters for Malo, currently in 2nd place. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Vivek comes up to the line, 2/10 up on his previous best, puts him in 8th overall. Good lap from Sven there, still continuing on. Right on board with him for the remainder of the lap. 3/10 up on his previous best. Approaching the quick left-hander at turn 6. Handles that very well, gains another 10th on his previous best. Up the hill to the corkscrew. And right back down. Nice and under control. Maybe the car slid a little bit out from under him as he tried to exit. Avoids the sausage on the inside, still a little bit slidey. Going through turn 9, entering turn 10 now. Able to keep his improvement the same as he rounds out the final corner. Up to the line. This will take him to 3rd overall. Oh, and right as we tune in to Brugger, he goes a little bit wide and unfortunately invalidates his lap. He was on a good one there, improving. Still has time to find that perfect lap though. Just needs to put one together. And with how far he was improving, he could have moved into the top 5 with that lap. Going into the pits for a swap of tires, maybe changing drivers as well, adjusting the strategy a little bit. As Ruthson approaching the line, a couple 10ths up on his PB, slots that Lamborghini into 7th. Where is Bogas? I don't know. Don't remember what car number everyone signed up with, unfortunately. My memory's not that great. Here's the 34 BMW. Currently 9th overall. 8.5 tenths off of pole. Improving by a 10th or 2 on this lap as he approaches the corkscrew. Manages that very well. Oh, as the Porsche in front almost causes a huge danger. Unfortunately, it looks like the BMW just had to lift, loses all of the time that he gained on that lap. There is Bogos will not qualify, sharing the car with Malo, who's currently in second overall. Benvenuti retakes third, 4/10 off of pole. You see in the background the BMW kicking up a little bit of dust as it just runs over the curb. Here a car in the foreground there in front of the 34. Oh, running wide! Getting a little bit of oversteer. And he does a good job to get out of the other car's way there as Leas moves up into 8th. Oliveira slots the 16 BMW into 6th. Tune in with Gleitzman. Improving on his time, just a couple corners to maintain that gap. Up to the line, just can't improve on his time. A few hundredths off. Gonna go around for another run. Here we have Enzo Benvenuti, Rip Speed Racing, going around turn 6 up the hill to the corkscrew. Two corners to go. Trying desperately to slot that car on pole position. As Malo improves on his time, less than 3/10 off of pole. As Benvenuti can't quite improve on his time, just 500ths off. Gonna go around again. Maybe dealing with a bit of traffic in front, but it doesn't look like it. That's the 77 Lambo in front. Currently 13th. Still with time to improve, as Benvenuti is going to pull off to the side of the road. Let's tune in with the 77, Ben Suzuki at the wheel. We are about halfway into the qualifying session. 30 minutes left for these drivers to get out there and post a quick hot lap. You can see at the bottom there, 24 cars in total have joined for now. Oh! As we see the 77 going into the wall at the corkscrew, unfortunately. Just carrying a bit too much momentum into the left-hander, couldn't transfer the weight back to the right. Rejoins very safely. Good to see there from good sportsmanship from everybody. Pit Speed Racing number 3 in 4th. Around the final corner. Can't quite improve on his time. May have been slightly impacted by the spin of the Lamborghini at the corkscrew. But no problem still, he will go around again. 4/10 off of pole. dipping a wheel into the sand. That's not going to help carry the speed down the straight. Nice and under control through turn 5. Again, just dipping a wheel into the sand on the outside of the curbs, coming up to BMW ahead. Yeah, unfortunately that traffic is going to cost him a little bit of time. 3/10 down now on his previous best. As the pit speed entry dives into the pits. Let's tune in with Joao Faria in the 34. Currently in the top 10, holding on to that last spot in the top 10, 10th overall, 8/10 off in the lead. This lap he will not improve, but he can set himself up for another run. Let's ride with the current pole sitter in the 13 Porsche, driven by Hardenberg. Fastest lap is a 1:21.712. That is the time for the other drivers to chase at the moment. Up to the corkscrew. BMW goes into the gravel on the left-hand side there. BMW keeping out of the way of all the drivers as the 13 Porsche comes up to the final corner. Just slows down a little bit, gets himself set up for the next lap. Right on board. Get that flat 6 roar. Doesn't really roar, it just screams. Ah, help me! They're revving me so high. Oh, BMW just getting out of the way there. That is going to cost the driver a couple tenths though. Trying to carry as much momentum as he can through turn 4. Very quick through turn 6. Up the hill, weaving around, getting some temperature into the tires. You see the Lexus on the left there getting out of the way. Unfortunately, this will not be the lap where they can improve. Let's take a look elsewhere. Here's Faria, now in 9th. Does not improve on his time, about a second off on that lap, maybe just getting the tires up to temperature. Oh, just as we tune in, DeMarco roaming a little bit wide. Not going to set a personal best on this lap, unfortunately, is DeMarco, but he can definitely get himself set up for a good run-up to the start of the next one. Currently in 11th. Just needs to find 300ths, and he will get himself into the top 10. Just a little bit ahead of him is Hussein in the 99. Driving the V8 Aston Vantage, the sole Aston on the grid this weekend. Moving up to the corkscrew. Got a bit of cars ahead of him, but manages to hang on very well through there, improving on his PB still. Pushing that Aston as far as it can, almost sliding through turn 10. Getting it slowed down for the left-hander at turn number 11. And onto the power. One 25.5 is that time. Just needs to find that little bit of pace. Oh, and he locks the front wheel there. Lambo up to the line. Not quite improving on the pace there at 123.7. Perhaps an outlap from Carec. Here's now Mark Benvenuti. And Enzo have swapped cars. We'll see if Mark can improve on the time. Through the last corner. Coming up to the line, I think it's going to be a 23, 24.1, maybe just getting warmed up in the car, Mark is. Hasn't had as much time as Enzo has recently. So he just needs to get to grips with the levels of grip that there are on track. Get the tires and brakes up to temperature and pressure, and just keep going at it again. Behind Carec is improving again. 2/10 up in the Lambo. Should still be in the 23s for now, but finding some pace. Getting more and more grip from those tires. Here's Nick Schmenk in Pit Speed Racing number 69. See how quick he can go on this lap. 123.6, a little bit slower than their PB. 20 minutes left to go. For drivers to improve on their times. Here is Duarte in the 33 Porsche. Currently 19th overall. Time of 1:23.420. Through the final corner he goes. Up to the line. Goes into the top 15, 13th. Good lap from the Porsche. And he will go around again to see if he can improve. A few more cars have joined. We're up to 25 now. being parted for the Porsche. Going through the dip at turn 6. New fastest lap from the pole leader, a 121.665. Hardenberg setting that lap time again. Duarte can't quite improve on his lap this time around. Tune in to the 953 BMW, currently in 6th. 5 and a bit tenths off of pole. Was improving earlier on this lap. We'll see if he can keep that momentum up to the line. Just goes a little bit faster. Does not improve his position though. Gets a little bit closer to the 444 BMW ahead of him in the standings. Tune into DeMarco, the pink and blue BMW. Tenths up on his PB. Let's see if this will slot him into top 10. Sure does. Moves up to 9th. Tune in with Chris Downing, the 104 Nissan coming up to the line. Just slowing down, wants to get a bit of room. Doesn't want to slow down too much, doesn't want to impede any cars behind. Smashes the gas pedal up to the line to start his flying lap. Let's go on board. Oh, locks up just a little bit. Able to keep it under control still. Tires just screaming for help there. As Downing trying to push this car to its limits. Extract as much time as he can out of it. And slowing down again up to the final corner. Just can't seem to quite find that perfect lap. Here's your boy Vincenzo, 213 BMW. Asking for T. Bogas to step in the car for a quick lap, see if he's up to the challenge. Up to the last corner for Vincenzo. Can he improve on his team's best? Up to the line, not quite. Just about every car out on track now as we're in the last 15 minutes of qualifying. The top 12 separated by 1 second. Top 18 separated by 1.5 seconds. Top 21 separated by 2 seconds. It's a very, very close field. Just a couple of tenths improvement from anybody can jump them up as much as 3 places. Going through the corkscrew, the 213 BMW. Keeping it nice and tidy on the exit there. Doesn't want to run a bit any wider than that. Up to the line. Moves into 7th place with a 1:22.400. Good lap from Vincenzo. Tuning with Lays, just rounding out turn 3. Approaching 2-4. Turn 4. 2-4. What am I saying? Number 3 Porsche in 4th. And flat 6 roaring as he approaches the uphill climb to the corkscrew. Bottoming out as he goes through the right-hander. We see sparks flying from the diffuser of the Porsche. See what sort of improvement Leas can get as he approaches the line. About a tenth up on his PB. See if he can maintain it. He does maintain enough. He gets a 22.082, which is enough to move him into 3rd place. Mark Benvenuti gets dropped to 4th. Ruthson approaches the line. Just can't quite improve on the PB of the team. Still in 11th. Now DeMarco gaining a 10th through that last corner. We'll see if he can maintain it up to the line. Sets his PB, but does not improve his position, still in 10th. Marco just not able to find that little bit of extra. As we'll tune into the leader real quick. Improving on their PB, about a tenth up as they approach the final corner. See if Hardberg can maintain that 10th coming up to the line.
Doesn't
And it's
seem.
just a little bit slower, not quite able to maintain that up to the line.
What they did.
What did?
1:21.740. That wasn't a hell of a lot for the Porsche. And I have to say, these guys seems pretty quick.
The whole field's pretty quick. It's very tight, all the way down to 20th. Less than 2 seconds.
But yeah, but P1 are still three. They are like still 3 tenths clear on P2. So they have that slight advantage. But
They have the
I
one
agree.
lap advantage, yes. But we'll see how it turns out during the race. For now, you know, that Porsche, yeah, very dominant. Yeah, 3/10 is quite a bit of a margin on a short lap like Laguna Seca. Brutzen gets that Lambo into the top 10. Just under 8 minutes to go. Tune in with the 34 BMW. Just coming up to the final corner. A couple tenths up on his previous best. See if he can maintain that up to the line. Currently in 12th.
Improves. The 239 BMW. Wow. 12 cars in less than a second.
Oliveira coming up to the final corner. Lambo just leaving enough room on the inside. Don't think he's going to just a little bit slower. Not able to improve there. Still in 9th though.
Uh, 125 is approaching, but it's not improving.
And again, the 34 on a good lap. It is hard to tell with these timings if they're improving on their previous best or the team's previous best, but this time, the 34 does improve on the team's best and moves into the top 10. And we've got a line of BMWs from 4th to 10th.
Yeah, this car seems quite strong here.
Yeah, it seems to like the bumps and curves.
And also the Porsche, I have to say, that there are a couple in the top 10. So also that car is strong, as we already said.
Oliveira just a couple of tenths off of his previous best. Needs to dial it in these last 6 minutes of qualifying. Try and improve the position up a little higher. If he improves by a tenth, he slots himself up into the 7th.
Oliveira
Yes.
is P9.
Yeah, but if he improves by a tenth, you can go into 7th. Just like just that little bit of a tenth can make a huge difference in the qualifying position, like from 5th to 18th, pretty much. If you improve by a tenth, you have the chance of moving up by a couple of places.
Yeah, for example, from the 213 BMW that is sitting P8 at the moment, down to the 23 Lamborghini P12, they're like in the space of 600 of a second. So just a tiny improve can make
P16 and 17, two Lambos tied on the same time.
Ooh, spicy.
There's Joao Mendes. the 94 BMW, currently 15th. Very solid last lap. We'll see if he can improve it though. Not quite as he approaches the line, just a little bit off.
A car that seems is improving is the number 33 Porsche. Scuderia Jafostes, drove by Daniel Duarte, that now is in the corkscrew. And is like 2/10 up on his PB.
Through turn 10, doesn't run wide. Doesn't kick up any sand, just needs to settle it through one more corner. Currently 14th.
Lost a bit putting the traction down in the Porsche, and improves.
Just one, yeah, moves up a place.
Yep.
If he can nail that last corner,
that's
another 10th, that'll move him up some more places as well, potentially.
Probably no, because to the next car there is a gap of almost 2/10. That's still a solid run by the Porsche drivers.
Here was Bert just
Porsche.
crossing the line. Slots that car into 18th. Vortex of Danger, number 10 Porsche.
Oh, there was a close call between the Nissan number 74 and the number 83 BMW going down from the corkscrew section.
Oh, running wide. Yep, unfortunate there. Too many wheels in the grass.
But there's still a time to do maybe two flying laps. So still plenty of occasions if he has the fuel.
Yeah, just enough time for a couple more laps for all these drivers. If anyone's in the pits, they'll just have enough time to get out and do one flying lap for their last attempt.
But it will be very close, because these tires will not warm up in time. Oh, the number 16 almost in the way of the 213 in the last corner, while trying to go for a last attempt.
Oh, running a little bit wide. Still able to keep the time on the board. Just hitting the curbs on the inside, maybe a little bit too much. We'll see if that'll compromise his lap as they cross the line. Improves it by a little bit. 21.657 now the time to beat. And this will surely be their last flying lap attempt.
40 seconds to go, and I was watching car number 34 that was 3/10 off, but then he lost everything in the downhill from corkscrew, and so
very
quali is over
there.
Let's see who will cross the line for last.
Malo behind was able to improve in his time too, but not enough. Not enough to get close to first. Ooh. He's in the pits, so unfortunately that's their qualifying done.
Last to cross the line will be the number 10 Porsche. Down Vortex of Danger, now down in T1 and 2. While for car number 49, car 25 and 69, quali is over. So
Porsche is on a charge up to the line. Final flying lap for them. What's the time going to be? It's a 21.2!
Okay.
7/10 clear of the field. That is a really impressive lap time from them.
That's madly fast. Congrats.
Here's Thatcher behind. 2/10 up on his previous best. Where will this put him?
Chris Downing improves
Up to
to
third! Up to third for Hatcher on the last lap. Gets into the 21s. 21.987 for him.
while the number 104 Nissan on the last attempt improved to P8 with a 122.397. Oh boy, this will be close tomorrow.
Yeah, it is going to be very close. This is crazy. Last lap for Duarte in 13th at the moment. Cannot improve. Is going to stay in 13th. And there we have the
Improves the
leaderboard
time.
on the left side. A dominant pole lap from the number 13 Porsche. Behind them, we've got Malo, then Thatcher, then Lays, Benvenuti, Vivek, DeMarco, Downing, Sonia. Oh man, Figueiredo, Oliveira, Rutsen,
Figueiredo. Duarte.
Duarte, Schmenk, Mendez, Suzuki, Weenie, Burt, Wohlers, Hossein, and if we go a little bit further down, we've got Shaw, and it's gone.
And yeah,
Just didn't have enough time.
30 seconds were not enough. Okay.
Yep. Oh look, you're on pole.
Oh, I'm full. P1.
Stop the count.
P1. Stop the count. Okay. That
Wow,
Porsche
that
is
Porsche is
fast.
quick.
Congrats to them.
That
Nothing
was
to
quick.
say. That was quick.
Yeah, we'll just see if they can maintain that dominant performance in the race. That was a mega lap at the end there. 4/10 faster than their last previous best.
Um.
And Thatcher just snatched third right at the end there too.
Yup. So. Well, it's over. That was intense, I have to say.
Yeah, that got intense in the last couple minutes there for sure.
So. Yeah, race will be tomorrow at 6 p.m.
CET, yes.
CET.
For those watching, we will update the results on Race App very soon. And we will post a link in the Discord so you guys can go check them out. We don't really expect any changes from what you saw on the final leaderboard there.
No,
I doubt any penalties appealed. Any penalties appeared during that. You guys raced very cleanly during that qualifying. Everyone stayed out of the way. Good sportsmanship from everybody. And a blistering lap from the Porsche. Absolutely threw everyone away. Just very impressive. Took them 59 minutes to get there, but wow, what a lap. And a lot of drivers improving right at the end there too. Thatcher in that BMW.
he sneaked into
He
P3
really
in
did,
the
but at the
last.
same time, he just gained it like 2/10, and that's all he needed to get into third. That's just how close the field is from second on.
Yeah, considering how close, like 100 of a second was enough to gain a place.
Yeah, that was a mega lap from a lot of drivers right at the end there. And yeah, with that, all the drivers are now out of the session, so I think we're going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you tomorrow for the race. Make sure you tune in. Hit that follow button if you want. Stay up to date with all the other stuff we provide. And we'll see you tomorrow for the 4-hour race.